Hey, yo, welcome back to the top. The name is Gearhart and the game is Pokemon, and today, as you can see, I am bringing you back another Pokemon ORAS post-com Wi-Fi battle, the last with the physical Crusader Sylveon team, and the last in post-com week. Remember, if you want to see more post-com than live-com, don't forget to crack the like button down below. The feedback will help decide on what type of battle is uploaded to this channel for you to enjoy. Now, Luis here is using Pokemon X and Y. That is why I'm allowing the Greninja. But he has the Zoroark, which makes me think he's going to lead with it. So, I actually am going to lead with the Milotic. So, what he actually does lead off with is the Sylveon, but that doesn't mean it's not the Zoroark. So, on this turn, I am going to go for the Dragon Tail. I mean, it's not going to miss. It's definitely not going to miss this time because, as you can see, he goes for the Hyper Voice this time, telling me that is the Sylveon and not the Zoroark, so that's not even going to affect it, so at least I didn't miss. So now here, I go for the Scald, hoping for a burn, but maybe the water wasn't hot enough. I should turn up the heat next time. But he goes for the Moonblast, which kind of tells me that he does not have the HP Fire, which means I can go into Ferrothorn here and deal with everything there. So Ferrothorn comes in, takes a Hyper Voice, but because he has Moonblast, I'm 100% sure he does not have the HP Fire, which is great, but that means he's going to have to switch out. I'm forcing a switch, which means I can set up my rocks, and then, of course, I can just set up the Legos. I mean, come on. Stepping on Legos hurts. It's really bad, especially when they're floating in the air. Now here, I'm going to scout for the HP Fire, because some Greninjas have the HP Fire. So Glitter comes out to take the Ice Beam and not HP Fire, which is pretty good because now I can take it. Then I can recover up. It's pretty much a good done deal. But he actually reveals Grass Knot as I recover, and but I barely live on with 23, so I'm gonna go set up a recover here, get up some HP. It's all gonna be good. But I think I'm at a high enough HP range where this Grass Knot won't kill, and I can maybe knock this Greninja out, but unfortunately this isn't stab, and it's not going to knock me out. So now I'm at a range where I will lose my Milotic if he goes to the Grass Knot again. So I'm going to have to switch out into my Crusader to try to deal with it that way. And this Grass Knot is literally not going to do anything. Like, you could punch a brick wall, a steel wall, and it will do more. Literally, I'm going to get my near max HP just from leftovers. That didn't even do leftovers. So now he's going to switch out to the Sizzle, which is a problem because due to the bug type, Dig can't actually do anything. Yes, I actually had this match before my match with Mr. Murkrow, which means, yeah, I wanted Return, but I messed something up. So I put Return on later, of course. So I'm going to switch out into Thorn because it's the best bet against the Scizor, as he does, in fact, go for the Iron Head on this turn. And it's not going to do too much. It's going to get a lot of damage via the Iron Barbs. Well, minimal, I guess, but I am going to get the Wish back up. And he reveals Brick Break, which does semi a lot, I guess. But the Iron Barbs is going to wear him down, especially when I have the Leech Seed as well as the leftovers. So everything is good, hunky-dory. It's going to be good, but that pretty much warrants a switch right now. But first he is going to roost up, because he doesn't want to get too low with his Scizor. I do go for the Gyro Ball because that's pretty much all I can do. And at this point, once I saw Roost, I'm going to need to switch out, even though I have Leech Seed and leftovers. But I am at max HP, but it's best bet for me to switch out. So he goes into his Throw here, but of course I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Nidoking, which is not a good position because I know how specially defensive these throws can be. So I go into Crusader here, as he goes for the Extra Sensory, which is good, because this is actually the Zoroark. That was a good thing I switched. Even though I am Scarfed, he might have had a Focus Sash. So he's going to go into the Sylveon here, as I just go for the Curse. And here we go. Of course, this next set of the next set of turns here is why it is sped up, because this was a long, good game. Even though he's going to go for the Psyshock, it's literally going to do pitiful damage, and now I'm in here for the long run. This is, of course, why I wanted Return over Dig, because Return obviously does a lot more damage, especially if you are plus attack. So he's actually going to bring in the Throw, which I'd imagine is the real Throw, which is why I believe, what do I do? Oh, wait. No, he's actually going to withdraw and then go out into the Blastoise, which is kind of... I'm not sure why he brought in the throw. It might have been a misclick now that I think about it. But you never know if that was the Zoroark or the throw, pretty much. But I had imagined it was the throw because he took a lot less damage than the... from what the Zoroark would have taken from the Stealth Rocks. But he's going to hit me with an Ice Beam, especially defensive. Literally, this is not going to do anything. So, this is exactly why it's sped up. It was a good battle near the end, but pretty much this is a giant stall fest as I'm trying to whittle this Blastoise down with the tools that I have. It's like I have a plastic pickaxe, and I'm trying to whittle down a rock wall, is what I'm trying to say. Even though Blastoise isn't made out of rock. I mean, his shell is pretty sturdy, but I just have to whittle it down. What Quick Attack actually does a ton more damage than Dig does, so I'm always going to dig. Or not dig. Well, I'm going to dig the Quick Attack, if you know what I mean, but I am going to Quick Attack once more and hopefully finish it off, and it does. The Blastoise finally goes down, and I'm sitting here at +3 if I'm not mistaken. Now he's going to bring in the Scizor, and this is... Look at this. Look at this. He goes for the Iron Head. This is an Iron Head from a Mega Scizor, and it's not a 2-hit KO, but unfortunately, he makes me flinch, which I don't like that. So now he can go for the Iron Head, but I didn't really want to switch in anything without throwing up a Wish, so I know I could live another one, so I did throw up a Wish, and now I can go into anything without taking too much damage, and that is going to be the Thorn, because, of course, I can take the Iron Head. He's going to get some Iron Barbs damage. That's the point. Haha, puns are funny. I'm going to get the Wish back, of course, even though it kind of didn't matter. But he is going to withdraw, as I do go for the Leech Seed as he goes into his throw. And I know that's the throw because he didn't take that much damage. But then again, because that was at high HP, the throw from before must have been the Zoroark. But then again, he does have the leftovers, so I can kind of understand why he wouldn't. No, wait, that was the throw, because of course he had the leftovers. Man, this... doing it at really fast speed doesn't really make any sense. So, he goes for... I switch into the Milotic as he goes for the Circle Throw, and it kind of made me think this was Storm Throw. That's why I bring in Crusader here, and I do believe... No, I go for the Wish here. I go for the Wish here, he goes for the Circle Throw, and that's why I didn't realize it. Because I thought it was Storm Throw because it went for the crit, and I didn't know because he knocked me out with a crit. So, I legit didn't know. But luckily, he still has the Leech Seed on him. But I'm going to need to bring Thorn back out because I'm not going to take a Circle Throw. Bring in this thing. He actually goes with the Bulk Up, which is actually kind of good for me. Which means I can bring in that Wish, bring it back to Crusader, which is going to be perfect for this match because he still has a lot of things that are resist. Crusader resists is what I'm trying to say. But now I go for the Quick Attack to do as much damage as possible. That's literally doing nothing. And he misclicks and goes for Sleep Talk, which tells me his last move must be Rest. It has to be. So I'm going to need to go full artillery offense to make sure he doesn't get to a point where he can rest. So what I'm going to do is just set up a curse. And he is unfortunately going to go for the Circle Throw. I didn't want to switch in something and then just be thrown right back out. So I'm dragged out into Royalty, but I really don't like this position because Royalty won't knock it out. Well, but actually, yeah, it won't. But I'm still going to go for the Sludge Wave because I don't really have a good enough switch because I'm predicting another Circle Throw. But he switches out into the Greninja to surprisingly sack it off, which is kind of questionable, but hey, I don't know. But he brings in the Throw again, and this is still the Throw because, of course, Throw was left at about half HP. So I go for the Sludge Wave. As he goes for the Circle Throw, I stayed in because I know his only move, his damaging move, is the Circle Throw. He throws me back out into Thorn. He's throwing me for a loop. Keep throwing me back into Thorn. I don't like it because I have to constantly switch out as he constantly goes for Circle Throw over and over and over. Really throwing me for a loop. So he puts me back into Dagger here, and he's finally at a range where I can knock it out with an Iron Head, and that's what happens. Luckily, he wasn't able to rest, which was my goal. I'm glad he didn't rest, but now he's going to bring in the Scizor. So here, I do what I always do. I go into my Ferrothorn, and lo and behold, all of a sudden, straight out of nowhere, Flamethrower! Whoa! This is like Randy Orton status. He just whips out. It's the Viper all of a sudden. So now I go into 619 after I realize this is a Zoroark, and then I forget I am adamant natured, and then I flinch. So it's like, come on, what more do you want me to do? So now he goes to the extra sensory as I switch in Crusader, but of course, now I'm in a position where I've stopped this Zoroark's damage spree, and he goes into the real Scizor here. And now I go for the Wish. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to switch out because I can't take an Iron Head. Not at the defense I'm at. So I'm going to switch into the, not the Nido King, pardon me, that's later. I go into the Dagger as he goes for the Roost, which is perfect. And I go for the Sucker Punch here, which he actually predicts and goes out, right back out into the Zoroark. But he's not actually hidden anymore, which is kind of interesting. But he pops a Citrus Berry and on my Sucker Punch, of course. And now I'm going to have to switch out because I don't want to take another Flamethrower. And I go back into Crusader, and look at all this HP I have. I can take that Flamethrower all day. And then, of course, he's going to have to switch out because he doesn't want to take a Quick Attack. He constantly goes into Scizor here. So this is why Physical Sylveon doesn't necessarily work well, because it gets walled really easily. It doesn't have that big of a move pool on the physical side. So, of course, I'm going to have to switch out yet again. Go into Royalty here to take the Iron Head. I do have the Wish set up, which means I'm going to get all that back. And, of course, he goes into the Sylveon. Kind of a questionable play if I predicted that correctly, but I did go for the Earth Power because there's no point in me going for the Sludge Wave, and then he manages to knock me out. It's not a good idea. So I'm going to switch out here because that Earth Power didn't do as much as I would like it to. And he goes for the Moonblast, which I'm surprised. He might have predicted the Sylveon instead of the of me staying in. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. That's just my best guess. But he's always going to Scizor constantly, every time, which means I have no reason to do anything else but switch out into 619. Predicted switch. So then I can go ahead and go for the Sky Attack and get off as much damage as possible. And I can get the Power Herb off. And this actually does a lot of damage, which makes me think, well, then again, that it wouldn't have made any sense had I gone for the High Jump Kick. Sky Attack is 140 damage, but now I get a free switch into the Royalty because, finally, we can see it. We can see the true Royalty, and the Gank Star has got to be the Sure Shot because he's going to bring out the Sure Shot and hit the Sylveon for 2-hit KOs and will knock it out, and I will actually get the sweep 3-0 win. That was a long battle, 53 turns, but it was a wild ride. But we've learned that the physical Sylveon does not work. And next week, of course, will be live battles with a new experimental set. So I will see you next time with the Unorthodox Team Builder with another special set. But of course, if you do want to see more post-com videos, don't forget to crack the like button down below. If you want to see more post-com rather than lives, remember, it is addicting. And also, the feedback will help me, the channel, and you to enjoy the videos. Speaking of the videos, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these and experimental sets as we revolutionize the metagame. That is the plan anyway. But next time, I will see you at the top with a new experimental set, because that is how we roll. It's like, how am I supposed to fix this? I mean, I legit can't even fix the sandwich right now. That's how bad of a position I'm in. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Not for Dragonite and go to the Stone Edge. Unfortunately, he's probably gonna win. Just kidding.